My name is Tolu. Welcome once again to Facing My Mistake. Again, today we have an interesting story. We're going to be talking about marriage, how a lady got into marriage, rushed into marriage, let me put it like that, because she thought time was running against her. And I always say that we women, we make these mistakes all the time. We see our friends are getting married, our sisters are getting married, so we feel, oh, time, is really going. I need to quickly get married, and then blindly we jump onto the next boat. We're going to be talking with Miss Tolu. She's going to be sharing her experience with us, what happened in her marriage, why she even rushed into marriage, and the outcome of it. You're welcome, Miss Tolu.
Thank you.
So first, tell us about yourself.
My name is Tolu Alashe. I'm from Ogun State.
Okay.
I'm based in Lagos.
Okay.
I have a small business I'm doing.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So your parents, are they in Lagos? Do you have
They're based here in
siblings?
Lagos.
Okay. Are you the first in the family, the last?
I'm the last.
The last. Okay. So you have older ones and all that. Okay.
Yes.
So what happened? Where did you meet your spouse? How did it all start? Was it love at first sight? How did it kick off?
Well, it wasn't love at first sight. My previous relationship was, I won't say it's a bit stressful because he doesn't base here in Nigeria.
Okay.
And he has been promising he will be coming soon. But I've stayed like 2 years waiting for him to come.
And he didn't come.
He didn't come. So someone had advised me that I shouldn't wait for him any longer, that I should just go for any available person.
Go for any available person.
Why I was looking at my age. My friends are married, my junior ones are married, my junior as in my cousins, they are all married, my school daughters are all married. So I now felt, time is not by my side. Let me just... So I wasn't patient enough. I was coming from church when I met him.
Okay.
So we later met after 2 days before he went back to Ado, because he doesn't base in Lagos, he's based in Ado.
Oh, Ado Ekiti.
Ado Ekiti,
State. Okay.
So later when I went to my friend's place, that was when I met him. I was like, wow, what are you doing there and everything like that. He now told me that he's a junior brother to my friend's husband. That was how it started. So I said, let me just give him a try.
Okay.
But I think the mistake I made, I wasn't patient enough to know his kind. Because I work at Yanopaja then.
Okay.
And he works in Ado. So the only time I see him is maybe once in a month or twice in a month.
While you were dating?
While we were dating. I might just go, maybe I might just take excuses at my work that I want to travel. The next morning, I'm back to Lagos.
Oh, you just go for a night and you're back? Not even
back.
You go to spend a weekend or a whole week?
No.
Wow.
So I think that's the mistake I made.
Okay.
So we cut her for like 6 months.
6 months?
Yes. I met someone before him, an elderly person. But now I felt, this person is too matured for me. He's a single guy. Let me go for a single guy.
The elderly person, was he married?
His wife is late.
Okay, so he is a widower.
He is a widower.
But you thought he was too old for you, and then because he's a widower, you don't want to marry someone that's been married before.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was why I went for him.
Okay.
So we're not too close because of the time, and we hardly have time for each other. But because of the pressure on his own side too, because his mother is late, but the father wants him to get married too. So we had to rush things.
So there was pressure on both sides, your side and his side as well.
So after the wedding, it was first about a lady calling. in which I knew they were having affairs.
How did you know? Lady could be his sister, it could be his cousin, it could be his colleague, you know, it could just be a neighbor. How do you know?
Not his colleagues.
Because sometimes we women, we jump into conclusions. So we just, a female has called, or that's a female's voice, or who is that person calling you? And we just put, you know, two and two together and just think that he's a girlfriend or something, or he's having an affair.
He later confessed to me.
Okay.
He later confessed to me. So that took like 3 months.
Hmm.
And even after the 3 months, another lady came into, in which he confessed to me too.
I like the guy. He sins and then he confesses his sin.
He confessed to me. No, not that he sins and confesses immediately. I'm the kind of person that when I sleep, I have dreams.
Oh, wow.
And it won't take it won't take more than 2 days.
That's
Everything.
You see it in your dream.
After seeing it in my dream, it will take up to 2 days. Everything will be showed. So he now said, what kind of a
When you
lady are
dream,
you?
let me take you back. What kind of dreams do you have that it leads, you know, to this? How? Give me like an example of one of the dreams.
Most times I will see him romancing a lady in my dream.
In your dream, romancing another woman in your dream. And then like 2-3 days later,
2-3 days.
he will come and confess by himself. Or do you, when you wake up, do you ask him, sweetheart, this was what I dreamed of? Or, I mean, is there anything happening? Or is there something I should know? Do you ask him?
No.
He just comes by himself
Yes.
to tell you.
To tell me.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
He will just come by himself to tell me. So we've not been so close.
Okay.
We've not been so close, and I've been having this complaint, and it's as if I'm complaining too much because he hardly have time for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you said you keep saying that you haven't been so close. Why? I mean, then you got married. Were you still in Lagos or did you relocate?
No, I relocated to Ado.
To Ado Ekiti with him.
Yes,
So you
with
guys
him.
are now together. And one would think that, okay, so this is the time to make it up and make it work, you know.
Yes.
Yes, your courtship was just 6 months. You were just going and coming, you know. But now that you are living together, it should be like, so let's make this work. Let us be close. Let's do things, you get, to make each other happy. Do you understand? So why were you still not close even after marriage?
I tried, but he's so unyielding. He's the kind of person that is so stone-hearted. Whatever he wants to do, that's what he will do. Most times I will even want to play with him. His attitude, his countenance won't even make me, it will just draw me back. So we've been living like strangers in the house. We are not close at all.
At all.
We hardly talk in the house.
You hardly talk in the house?
Yes.
And both of you were together?
And we were together.
Wow.
Even if his colleagues will tell me, I hope his wahala is not too much for you and everything. And I say, he doesn't play in the house. Whenever he's back, he's always a soldier in the house.
Is this something, do you think it's something that you do? You know, maybe there's something about you that he doesn't like when he gets home, you know, or your behavior, or you probably don't welcome him well, you don't cook well, and then he's thinking, what's the point? Is there anything, you know?
No.
So he just comes home and he's just all, he's stiff, he's not laughing with you, he's not joking with you, he's not playing with you. You can't joke with him like, you know, husband and wife and all that.
He's fond of his phone.
Hmm.
Whenever he's back, he's always with his phone chatting. And after chatting, the next thing is to eat and sleep off. He's the kind of person that will tell me that once he's in bed, that he doesn't talk.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we will continue the story. Welcome back, viewers. We've been speaking with Miss Tolu, who's been telling us about her marriage, but they were never close. What was his relationship with his friends, his family members, the people around him? Was he like that to them as well? Because he might be an introvert. Could that have been the case?
No, he is not an introvert because he prefers being with his friends than me.
His family, are they in Ado? Do they live in Ado Ekiti as well?
No, they're based in Lagos.
In Lagos, but he works there.
He works there.
Okay, so he lives. What's his relationship with his family members?
They are very close. He plays when he's at home too.
When you say at home now, at home with his family members?
With his family members, yes.
So, let me also ask, because you both are married, you got married legally. What was his sex life like? Because if you say he does not talk to you, he's always keeping to his phone, does he touch you?
He touches me maybe 2-3 times a month.
Okay, 2-3 times a month. Did you try to find out maybe there was a problem somewhere? Maybe there was a psychological problem he had or something? And I'm going back to the question I asked earlier. That, is it that there's something you were doing that he didn't like that was putting him off? Because he's friendly, from what you have said. He likes to hang out with his friends. He goes out. He loves his always, everywhere with his friends. His family members is close to them and all that. But once he steps into his matrimonial home, right, it seems as if that machine just switches off. So again, I'm asking, is there something that you do that just turns him off?
No.
Did you have that discussion with him? Did you ask him?
Of course I did. Severally. So many times I did. He will only tell me nothing.
So you have sex just 2-3 times a month?
Yes.
What was it like? Glorious, heavenly? That should make up for not talking to you.
No, not at all.
So that was just, I'm just doing for the sake of doing, and that's
In fact, I don't enjoy doing anything with him. Because he's not this romantic person. He's not romantic.
And most Nigerian men are not romantic. So all those stories we used to read in Mills and Boons, they are not reality. All those movies we used to watch on Z World, forget it. It's far from it. And Telemundo and the rest of it, it does not happen in Nigeria. It happens in a few cases, but most Nigerian men are not. So they may not be that. I don't know your definition of romantic, but he may be romantic in some other ways, not in that kind of Indian romantic way, So maybe there are other things that he would. There must be something that he does that makes you happy. There must have been something that made you marry him. Apart from the fact that you were pressured, he was pressured. There must have been something you saw in him that made you marry him.
Seriously, I didn't see any.
So you just wanted to get married?
I just wanted to get married.
Wow. So did you discuss this with any of his family members or any of your own family members? I
discussed with his father and the elder sister. But I didn't tell my family anything because when I discussed with the sister, she told me that I shouldn't let my family to know anything about it. That because what I'm going through, that when they hear, they might not be happy.
Okay. So
that I should just endure things.
Did she try to speak with her brother?
She did. They all did. That was why I said he's so unyielding. He's a stone-hearted person. Whatever he feels he wants to do, that's what he would do.
That's what he does. Okay, so did you tell your own family eventually?
Yes, the later note, that was in January.
So who did you tell? Your mom, your dad?
My mom, yeah.
And what was her own reaction?
She wasn't happy because she called the father. The father now said that he has been like that.
What does that mean, he has been like that? Because he has been like that. He's friendly to them at home.
He's friendly.
He's friendly. He has friends. He goes out with friends.
He has been like that with female.
Okay. He's been like that with females. Okay, so that's more of a fundamental issue. If he's not attracted to the opposite sex.
Yes.
Is that it? So why were they forcing him to marry?
I don't know. My immediate sister is a psychologist.
Okay.
He called him that he should come.
Okay.
But he refuses. They even gave him, there is this book they gave him to read.
Okay.
He didn't even go through. He didn't open it for a minute. At the time, I told him, I said, let me read it to your hair. He said, no, he doesn't want.
Seriously. So it was just all this not close to you. You guys were just never close as husband and wife. Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we will continue. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. We've been speaking with Ms. Tolu, who's been telling us about her marriage and how she never really enjoyed it. They were obviously not compatible, and how the husband would just come home and, you know, keep to himself. They don't talk, they don't joke, nothing. Let me ask you, Tolu, why did you decide to leave eventually?
I didn't decide to leave him per se. I only told him, I said I want to come and see my people for a while. What I'm really concerned about is not caring, is not loving. He has this nonchalant attitude. He doesn't care at all. It has even got to the point that he starved me in the house.
Starve you? What do you mean?
Yes. Nothing to eat in the house. But he will buy things and eat in the house and leave me like that to sleep.
Who does he give you upkeep money and all that, you
No.
know, to buy food stuff for the house and all?
No.
Well, okay, did he start doing it when you got married and he stopped at some point?
No. When I got him, he might give me maybe 500 naira. He would tell me, buy me 300, buy pepper 200.
Is that how things are cheap back in Ado Ekiti?
I don't know.
Okay. So he gives you 500 naira to cook a pot of soup.
Even neighbors, they noticed it. He will go from Monday to Sunday. He won't stay in the house. When I tell him that, stay in the house now. Okay, let's just stay in the house. He will tell me that I want to make him Beudani or something. I don't know how to translate it in English.
So you want to make him Beudani, so he goes from every day.
Every day.
He goes out and comes Saturdays and Sundays.
Sundays.
He goes out, he comes late.
Yes.
Interesting. Before you left Ado for Lagos, did you have any quarrel with him, or it was just still the normal?
Not
being
the
cold?
normal, because like I told you, we've just been living like strangers in the house. We don't even live like friends. So we do things separately.
But you told him you were coming to Lagos. It wasn't as if you just packed your bags and left.
I told him.
And he said it was
I told
okay.
him on Monday that I'll be going, that I'll be traveling. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm only telling you to know, to let you know that I'll be traveling. That was on Monday. But the following day, Tuesday, I now saw him packing his things. That was how I left the house. So I didn't see him until Friday. I came to Lagos.
So you told him you were traveling, but you were not sure when yet.
Yes.
And then the following day, Tuesday, he started packing his
Packing
things.
his
Did you
things.
ask him where he was going to?
No, I didn't.
Wow. That your relationship is very cold. As in very, very cold. So he packs his things, he leaves the house. He didn't tell you where he's going to. He didn't tell you whether he's traveling. You didn't even bother to ask. And you didn't see him until when?
I didn't see him. I've not even seen him till now.
He didn't. So when did you leave the house?
I left on Friday.
So Tuesday to that Friday, he didn't come back home.
He didn't.
So when you left on Friday and you came to Lagos, did you send him an SMS? Oh, I'm in Lagos, or I'm going to Lagos today, or something?
No, I did not. Because I've already told him that I'll be traveling. That was why I didn't.
Okay, so you got to Lagos.
On
You wanted to
Friday.
go back, like your dad said, you should go back before, and then he sent you a message.
That I shouldn't come.
Interesting. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. We've been speaking with Ms. Tolu, telling us about her marriage and what I see that is more of an emotional abuse and not a physical abuse. You know, so tell me, Tolu, in all this that you've gone through, what do you see as the mistake that you made in all this?
Like I said earlier, the mistake I made was I was really eager to get married. I was not really patient enough to read him, to know his kind.
You allowed pressure to get the better part of you. You just wanted to get married. Of course, there's physical abuse, there's emotional abuse. Thank God he didn't even go physical. emotional abuse is also as bad as physical abuse. I always say that it's very important. It's almost because I can't imagine you're home with your husband, someone you love, and you don't talk. He just comes back, he's in one corner doing his thing, you're doing your own thing. You try to reach out to him, he's not interested and all that. He touches you just 2 or 3 times a month. I don't understand. I can only imagine how you feel, but you're back home now, you're with your people. What is your decision? Are you going to go and pack your things like he has said? Because he sent you an SMS to come and pack your things, right? Did you show your parents? What have you decided to do?
I've not showed anyone, but I've forwarded it to my dad.
To your dad. So what are you going to do? What decision are you going to make? Or do you still want to think about it?
No, there's nothing to think about because I've moved on.
You've moved on, just
Yes.
like that? No.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I'm really, really sorry about that. You're a beautiful woman, very beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And I can't explain what has happened to him, just like you can't explain what the issue is. But I'm very certain that something must be wrong. I'm very certain. I only wish he would be able to open up to you and talk to you about it so that, you guys can talk over it and move on. But if you decide that you want to go and move your things, we'll probably give him space and see what will happen. I don't want to believe that the marriage will end like that. Still think about it. Let him as well think about it. Let your parents, both parents, step into it and know exactly what his issues are. If it's something that can be resolved, I wish you well. Thank you for coming on the show. I really wish you well. I really wish that this will work. I pray that it will work if it is God's will, and hoping that the next time I see you, you'll be telling me that, oh, everything is better. We are back together and we are happy. I'm hoping that will happen. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And we will definitely keep in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, viewers, so we've heard Tolu's story. Like I said to her, that this is a clear case of emotional abuse and not even physical abuse. And I always say that emotional abuse is as bad as the physical abuse. One thing I need us to take out, especially the ladies, is that don't ever be pressured into doing anything. In fact, ladies and the men, don't be pressured in doing anything, either in taking any decision, whether business, whether marriage decision, relationship, friendship, whatever it is. Don't be pressured into doing it. Take your time, pray about it, make sure that you're taking the right decision. Think about it over and over and over again. And then also during courtship, right, when you're dating someone, trust me, there are some traits that the person will exhibit. It may not be as much. It will just be a sign. Be attentive. Open your eyes and your mind. Look at those little signs. If he does something little during courtship, right, when you get married, it will extend, it will be bigger. It's not going to go down. Don't say, when I marry him, he will change. When I marry her, she will change. They don't change. In most cases, they don't change. It is better to have a broken relationship than to have a broken marriage. That is very important. And then finally, mobile phones or gadgets. Thank God for the digital age. Everybody has a mobile phone, a smartphone, an iPad, a tab and all that. And trust me, these devices are the ones breaking and wrecking homes. You get into a home, a family, husband, wife, and children. Everybody is in their corner with their own devices. The father is there chatting or doing emails. The mother is in one corner chatting on BlackBerry or Android. The children are in one corner playing video games on phone. There is no communication between the family. So our devices have taken over our lives. We don't have time to communicate with each other. That continues to separate you, brings you apart more and more and more. I would recommend that once you get home, especially for married couples, in fact, whatever relationship you have, whether in marriage, in relationship, with your brothers, with your sisters, with your friends, once we are with a human being, please drop your devices and talk and communicate with each other. Communication is so important in any relationship, in any form of relationship. Communication is key. And I'm not saying communication by you're sitting beside each other and chatting on the phone to each other. Expressions, it matters a lot. That is so important. I pray that God will help all of us. Again, thank you once again for watching today's episode of Facing My Mistakes. I hope to see you next time. My name is Yetunde.